There are so many of us that are in this state. I'm talking to the women um, that are in this state where we are pleading and doing everything possible to try to teach people how to love us, whether it's a significant other, whether it's on your job, whether it's the church family, they can be a mess too, your family. We're constantly trying to teach others how to treat us. And I wanted to do this video because I have some good friends that have been there for me through thick and thin. And I listen to them talk about some of the things that they're going through and their own trials. And I try to be a help to them. But a lot of the trials that they're dealing with, I realize that it's based on their biggest complaint is how people treat them and how they go over and beyond and sacrifice so much for to have people to either betray them or to have someone to just take it for granted for the things that they do. They struggle in that area. And I listen to them, whether it's their marriage, their children. Y'all know how it goes. You know, we keeping it a buck today, right? We're keeping it a buck. And so I wanted to say this to you, and I see it so much. And I'm telling you, it took me a long time because, you know, when my kids were young, one thing I learned was that your children will become selfish. If you have a child that understands the sacrifices and the things that you have done, that's a blessing. I'm telling you, because a lot of children are selfish. Because when you think back, when we were growing up, a lot of us was the same way. You doing that, you're supposed to do that. You my mama, you my daddy, you know? So that is how we think, right? However, people treat you, and I know y'all hate for me to say it, but I want to break it down a little bit more to you ladies to understand. People treat you how you treat yourself. Dawn Ferguson, who is a celebrity stylist that is on my salon talk, posted something today, and she said, your appearance tells people how to treat you. I love that. We might do salon talk on that more in depth, especially with us. And I know a lot of you are like, oh God, Lee, you always talking about your appearance, or most of the videos you're talking about how to take care of yourself outside and yet work on the inside. But I don't think you guys understand what that says. Your appearance. So let's say I am a woman that comes out of the house and I don't really care how I look because I'm running to the store, I'm running to whatever. But what you're telling us a story, right? So think about this. You ever had a meeting, you ever was in a meeting or in a group setting, they put a meeting together or whatever, and we're waiting for the leader to come in to tell us what's going on, whoever's in charge. We want to know who's in charge, and they can tell us the steps we need to do to whatever it is, if it's an event that they're putting together, whatever the case may be. And you waiting there, you could be talking to the person next to you or a group of y'all talking at the table. But when the person walks in, you know that that's the leader. They didn't come in, they didn't say, hey, I'm the leader, I'm the leader, I'm the leader. They didn't do any of that. But when they walked in, you said, oh, I bet you that's the leader there. Then they get up on that podium and you know, right? And the reason why you know is not that they wore a sign that said, I'm the leader. It was their appearance. It was their confidence. It was the way that they walked in and owned the room. And a lot of us women can walk in and own the room. Now, how we own the room is where it gets a little shifty. It's like, you're going to own the room where people looking at you like, oh my God. Or you're going to own the room where they like, that's a bad sister right there. You seen how she came through that door? So your appearance is very, very important for you to understand. Not only is that it's very important for you to understand, you're telling us the story. So a lot of us, I'm going to talk about a relationship between a woman and a man. A lot of us, we talk about we want a man with a bag. We don't want a man that has already, he's trying to work his way up. He's trying to get himself together. We don't want a man that's making 50, 60, 70, 80,000 a year. That's no money. He got to make over 6 figures. We already talked about that in last week's video, where some of you guys are asking for something, you don't even look the part to be asking for it. So we already know that some of you guys, we are delusional as women, right? So we're looking for that in these men, right? A lot of times we're attracting who we are. So if you're a woman and you're broken, you know what I mean when I say broken. You have gone through some things, you haven't healed. You don't do well in just relationships with men, right? Or your significant other. You don't do well in your relationship with your children, your friendships. You don't do well. And I know this because I'm talking about myself, right? So you don't do well in all these areas, other relationships. And typically the women like that, we have the excuse of we're never going to hold ourselves accountable. We have the excuse of it's always the other people. I always say this, by the time you get to the fifth person, if you still think it's the other person, it's somebody else and it's not you, then this is where the delusion comes in at. You are the least common denominator in all of the situations. So at what point do you say, what's going on with me? So if you're a broken woman, you may attract a man that may have 100 figures like you like, and he look good, and he's tall, and he's all these things that you're asking. He checked the box. But because you're broken, you can't even identify that man that's attracted to you, he's most likely broken as well. Because even if he's attracted to you to take advantage of you, that's a broken man, because why waste your time on that when you can create something better? You can create a better relationship and have it with a woman and be happy and not have a toxic relationship. So any man that comes in and already see you broken and he's willing to be with you, we already know he's struggling. So on the outside, he may look like a high value man, right? But on the inside, he's broken just like you. So you got two people that are out there in the world that's pretending, look at me, I'm wearing whatever you're wearing, Versace, whatever. And you look good on the outside, you got a great job, 6-figure job yourself. You, honey, you look good to be your age, right? Or if you're younger. And then that's the kind of man you want. But when you come together, for some reason, it just can't work out. And the reason, of course, we all know is because we don't love ourselves. We're broken. So we can't even identify whether the man is a good man, or we can't identify whether the man is a broken man. We don't, you know what I mean? Because we're looking at the carnal things, the physical things, the money, the bag, and the how tall he is, the foolishness. That's really what we're looking at. Versus being able to say, now I treat myself real good. And I'm I take care of myself physically, I exercise, I eat right, I make sure my look is together, I treat people well. I have a relationship. I'm doing the things that God asked me to do. I'm humble, right? I walk in humility. The physical don't really matter to me. It's the heart of the man, So these are the things that a healthy woman is going to look for, right? The characteristics that she's looking for. But for you, because you're broken and he's broken, now you two come together, right? You two come together and you got two broken souls. So it's pure toxicity. Now, out in public, you're presenting yourself to be this, oh yes, this wonderful relationship. Oh, relationship goals. Look at these photos. We here, we're there, whatever. But internally, when you get behind those closed doors, it's in this, it's be this, it's all kind of stuff that happens. And the reason that happens is because you connected with the physical and all the things that society is telling us. I'm talking to Black women, right? That are telling, I'm talking to women, period. That is telling us we should be looking for and what we should have in our life, that we're miserable. Because we haven't taken the time out to heal ourselves. We haven't taken the time out to teach ourselves how to love ourselves. Taking ourselves to a movie. Like I said, the other things, taking care of the outer appearance and those different things, but also looking into the scriptures, whatever feeds your soul to get you to a place where you can recognize, now that is a healthy situation. And now you're attracting who you are, which you're a healthy woman. So that man, when he sees you, he's like, that sister seems like she has it all together. Let me prove her. Let me see. I don't want to rush to give her credit. Let me prove her long. Because nowadays people give you the representative, and sometimes the representative lasts for a couple of years, and then the real one pop out. You're like, wait a minute, right? So he's in there and he sees it, he recognizes it, and as time goes on, there is a healthy relationship. You guys have the same values in life. He understands how to treat a woman, and not because he treat his mama good. Because there's a lot of men that treat their mom real well, but they're not good. They don't do well in relationships. You understand what I'm saying? Because they may have never saw what a marriage looks like or what a healthy relationship looks like. And you haven't either. So we get into these situations and we say, oh, I want him to treat me. He don't know how to love nobody because he broken. You broken as well. That's the thing that we don't understand. You cannot teach someone how to love you if you can't take care of and love yourself. And that may take a process and time, but we're so busy with the connection. Oh, I felt something and it was a feeling, it's something new, that we forget, hey, don't forget you, Lethra. Don't forget yourself. Don't forget what you want out of what you want in your next relationship. Don't forget how you want to be treated, how you probably never was treated, right? Those are the things that you desire. You don't want to leave this earth and never really felt what it is to have, whether it's your family, whether it's your significant other. You don't want to leave this earth wondering what it was like to feel real love. And you cannot get it. You cannot love anybody. You can't even love your children. Your children don't even get the 100% of you that they could get because you're too busy faking the funk and miserable and angry and tired and burned out. And you know why you're tired and burned out? A lot of us are operating in the masculinity. We don't take advantage. This is part of learning how to love yourself. We don't take part in the softness of ourselves, the femininity, what God has given us as being feminine. We're too busy taking on roles as the masculine in the home. And I do get it. A lot of us are single mothers or single. And so you have to do the things that the masculine would normally do. However, in that singleness, that is your time to be able to say, hey, you know what? This is what I want. I think I'm starting to get ready for a relationship. Let me get myself together. That's where you find out those things and how you can operate. And yes, you can be assertive, but now when that man comes along, he doesn't feel like you're challenging him, right? Or your significant other, they don't feel like you're challenging them, or you know what I mean? It's combative because you understand your role as a feminine, soft woman. You can get the job done. You can be a woman and have her own business. You can do all those things, but you're doing it in love because you love yourself so much that now it exudes. It's coming out. It's coming out to your customers. It's coming out the way you speak. It's coming out in the way you dress. It's coming out when you're interacting with the opposite sex. It's coming out to your family and relationship. And then guess what happens? When you start building yourself up and understand that it's power in being feminine and feminine. Oh gosh, y'all, it's Monday. It's power in being a woman and not trying to be masculine. When you realize those things, I promise you, you start attracting. Men can see that, or whoever, they can see that and say, man. Same thing for a man, right? So we can't keep saying, I just want somebody to love me. Nobody is coming to save you and no one is coming to love you. You first have to start with yourself. It is so important that we understand that, because when we understand that and when we operate in that, guess what happens? We are no longer victims. You're no longer a victim. I'm talking to the women now. And you're starting to hold yourself accountable. You're starting to be real with yourself and say, hey, I got an issue with that. Hey, I got daddy issues. I got mama issues. I got anger issues. I am abusive. I speak abusive. I treat people not with no respect. I don't have respect. I struggle when it comes to a man. I don't like men. I want one, but I want him as a what do you call that? Like a accessory, you know, so my life can live complete and I can have everybody envying me. But I'm really miserable because I don't like men because what happened to me 20, 30 years ago, right? So, you know, I try to tap in every now and then when it comes to these videos because I want you guys to understand that a lot of us have to, there's no way we can continue. We're delusional if we think that some knight in shining armor, even if a knight in shining armor comes into your life, you're not even going to recognize it because you don't love yourself. You can't teach somebody how to love you when you haven't done the work for yourself. Okay? They're not going to know. They're going to know what they know and how to treat a woman or try how to treat a man. They're going to come in that way, but they're not going to know you because you don't know yourself. So stop going out asking people or rolling out red carpets and buying all these gifts and spending all this money on man, family, friends, trying to get the validation, trying to get the acceptance, trying to get them to see you and treat you right, and so you can experience that love that you always wanted from them. You're not going to get it until they see how you treat yourself. And when they see how you treat yourself, they'll say, honey, that sister got boundaries. No, I can't give you that. Learn how to say no. Learn how to have boundaries. The only way you have boundaries is if you know yourself and what you can deal with and what you can't. But there is no way you can convince. There's no way you can teach. There's no way you can show. There's no way you can buy someone's love, someone's validation, someone's protection, someone's acknowledgement, someone's appreciation. There's no way you're going to get any of that until you learn to appreciate yourself, acknowledge yourself, pat yourself on the back, be soft with yourself, be kind to yourself. Until you start changing those things about you internally, there's no way. We are delusional. No one is coming to love you until you start loving yourself. So I pray that this video helps you guys. Remember, Ask a Licensed Cosmetologist is not just about hair. We talk about the inside out. A lot of us have a lot of issues going on with our hair, right? Because a lot of us are dealing with internal issues inside of us. So we have to fix the outward, the inward, and the outward. That's what makes us beautiful. Not just the outward. That appearance is good, but what comes out of your mouth tells a man, tells your family, tells your friends what type of person you are. So I pray that this video helps you, and I will see you guys next video. Love you. Bye.